Hello everyone, for tbreak.com, this is Abbas and we are going to take a quick look at the Mango update for Windows Mobile Phone that Microsoft has recently released. This is a Samsung Omnia 7 last generation device that was sent to me by Microsoft, and I went ahead and installed the official Mango update on it. So let's just take a quick spin. So this is the lock screen. It displays if you have any notifications such as your email messages, your SMS or your missed calls. Now interestingly, it only displays new notifications. So if you have already went into the email client and haven't read an email, that doesn't show up over here. It only displays anything new that's been coming in since the last time you downloaded an email, which I think is a good thing. Now directly from this lock screen, you can either go to the search or camera. If you just kind of keep it pressed for a little while, the camera app shows up right there. Or if we kind of lock it again, there's the lock button. We can just kind of hold the search button down for a while, and okay, let me just, there we go. It directly takes you to search. If you didn't have a password on it, you'd go to it automatically. Interestingly, for the camera, it doesn't require that. Anyway, so let's come back. This is the main interface, same tile interface that we have seen in the previous version or the new reboot of Windows Mobile 7. Very, very, very fluid in this device. Microsoft has heavily optimized it. I mean, everything just flows beautifully. Everything just goes in and out, and it's just gorgeous. It's just a great visual experience. Let me explain. These things are tiles if you don't know what, and these tiles are live tiles if you want to call them. They update information on real time. So for example, this Me tile allows you to post a message to your social networks, check in into a place, or set your chat status. You also get your notifications over here from Twitter or Facebook messages, etc. For Twitter, you don't get direct message notifications here. I mean, if there was a new tweet mentioning me, I would have gotten here, but if it was a direct message, it just doesn't show, sadly. Calendar over here. Your People's app is basically aggregate of your contacts from LinkedIn, Twitter, Gmail, Facebook, and just kind of shows you what's new recently, people you've been recently in touch with. Rest of the, you can choose to show, excuse me, if you would like certain contacts not to show up. For example, from LinkedIn, I have a lot of contacts that I don't necessarily be in touch with on a regular basis. So I've managed to just say to switch that off. Right, let me show you a few more things. Email, you have threaded conversations now. Let me see if I can, there we go. If this message is threaded, kind of opens up, and you've got this swipe left and right look pretty much across the entire OS, which is beautiful. Unread is great for email clients. Lots of time I have messages that I haven't read, and I know on my BlackBerry or my iPhone I sometimes just have to kind of scroll down all the way to figure out which message was it that I hadn't read. But here, you can just go into the unread tab on top, and it kind of tells you all of that. You can add lots of accounts. Let me just quickly show that to you over here. If we go into settings and email and accounts, so I've got LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, Facebook. If I click on add account, you can add one of these quite easily. Advanced setup, Yahoo Mail is supported, Outlook is also supported, Windows Live obviously. So if you're tied into Microsoft services like Office 365 or an Exchange server, this is a great device. You've got the full suite of Office applications as well on here for Word, Excel. All of those are present on here. If you just go into Office, and again, you notice the fluidity of the the interface is just quite constant across pretty much everywhere. SkyDrive is supported, so you can upload your pictures directly to it, or your documents. You can retrieve them as well from there. Right, Internet Explorer is new. IE9 works quite well. Let me just kind of show you. This is our home page. If I can, okay, so there we go. Let's go to the keyboard. Also works quite nice. I mean, using two hands, I can be quite quick on it. Let's just go to .com. Sorry about that. And that pulls up the website. It's quite fast, quite fluid again. I mean, you can double tap to zoom in, or you can just kind of zoom in and zoom out using pinch to zoom. Let's just go ahead and click on a story over here. you'll see that it, quite fast, very, very fast. And again, you can zoom in and just go through it without any issues whatsoever, quite fast. Keep the back button pressed and the task app switching interface comes up, or your background apps that are running, it kind of shows up, and you can directly jump into any other app, or you can just click on this. Now, search, one of the things I wanted to show you is you've got a few new features over here. There's something called the Local Scout, which pulls up information on the interesting things around you, such as restaurants, shopping, places to see, but it doesn't work in the UAE, sadly. I don't think it's powered by Bing, and I don't think it's supported right now in the UAE. What does work is Bing Vision, I believe. I don't have a DVD here to show you, but if you just click on this, and if I have a QR code or a DVD and I just have it under the camera, it just kind of shows you a little bit more information about the DVD, such as where to purchase it from, or stuff like that. One of the things I wanted to show you in People is that you can now group people. So for example, I've got my office team here and everyone from my office is here, and I can send a text or send an email to everyone directly with just one click, which is pretty good. In your group, you can also get what's new, so sort of just get profile updates, pictures, on that particular group, which is a wonderful way of just kind of sorting information out. I think it works quite nicely. What else can I show you on here? The search key, sadly, there's no universal search on it, so every time you click on this, it will take you to Bing. So for example, if I want to search a contact or an email, I actually have to go in that application and then tap this little thing. Or if I go to People and then if I go to search, it would have been great if there was a universal search feature where you just, like BlackBerry, just press the search and start typing, and brings everything from your device, contacts, emails, whatever that may be. Last thing I guess we can talk about is the App Store or the Marketplace. You can get free applications in the UAE. Paid applications are not supported, sadly, so far. So you can do a trial of applications. I have downloaded a few applications. Let me just go ahead and pull something up. For example, let's just show you, what can we show you over here? Let's go to Foursquare. So again, you're going to get that same interface of swiping left and right. Microsoft has made, I guess they've convinced developers to keep things quite consistent as far as the UI is concerned. Because you see lots of different UIs for Android and iOS applications. It just takes a little while to connect, and once it's on, and then it kind of flows quite freely. There we go. Now we're kind of okay. Great. The live tile of Foursquare kind of here. Let me just show that to you. Shows you the leaderboard. WhatsApp, I also have that installed. The background notifications work, but sometimes they can get a bit delayed. I've noticed that I haven't gotten my WhatsApp notification from someone who sent it to me, sometimes an hour later, sometimes a little bit earlier. But I guess that's just, because it's right at the start of it, and I'm sure things will get better over time with it. But yeah, that's a quick look at the Mango update from Microsoft Windows Phone 7. I think it's a wonderful update that Microsoft has done. It really brings the OS on par with, very close to at least iOS and Android in terms of functionality. There is a little bit of tweaking required. There's a little bit more, work required to do. But I think if this is the pace that Microsoft continues to work on, we will have a pretty serious competitor in the marketplace in the next year. Once again, this is Abbas from Tea Break, and thanks for watching.